So yeah, big week in poker. 2020 World Series of Poker online schedule. It says July 1st,
Yes.
which brings like a bunch of questions. Will they still run the Series? Is this their new plan that they're giving out bracelets? Is this this I know is going to bother a lot of pros who believe that the bracelet is something very
What I
special.
do
Like
find interesting, and many players were quick to criticize on Twitter, it's very no limit hold'em heavy. So then the question is, how can you be the World Series of Poker and be 80% no limit hold'em tournaments and forget about your mixed game? And apparently WSOP.com,
does it have the
it has
software? Is that what you're going to say?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that Taipei was eight-handed. Did you say eight-handed? Or did you say they're
I believe
nine-handed?
9, back to normal.
Okay.
The
And you
9-handed.
found this place in Florida that has nine-handed poker again.
Yes. So I looked it up on Google, and it seems to be in Orange County, Florida, outside of Orlando, and they're actually playing nine-handed poker. No mask, no plexiglass. So again, in the U.S., it seems to come down from the state, what different states will allow. So here you have in Florida, they're playing nine-handed, while in Vegas, they're being on the cautious side, only allowing five-handed.
You
So that
found
was
this.
Florida.
You found this Twitter poll. A couple rooms in Florida have decided to increase the amount of players allowed at table to nine. I think
Yes.
this decision to increase is too soon. Please note they do not have a plexiglass divider. I kind of like don't really. I think yeah, it's too soon and it's too early for poker are kind of the same answer. I don't really
Okay.
understand if it makes a difference 5 to 9 that much. I think it's either too soon for poker or fine play. Does that make sense? Do you understand my reasoning for that?
Yeah, I understand your reasoning, but I guess it also comes back to the distancing, right? Again, what really perplexes me, if you look at the trackers of COVID cases, I'm sorry, Florida's cases are a lot. I think it was over 1,000 new cases yesterday. Then if you look at Nevada, I
They
think it was
had
under 300.
they had
And
their
then,
highest day recently. Like since their reopening, they've
yeah,
had their highest number. Is it fine? Like we're gonna watch Florida. Florida is being our test group. Now
yeah.
Nevada is being our test group, and we're going to watch and see what happens. But I'm not willing to be in that test group yet.
Yeah, neither am I. I'm taking a more conservative conservative cautious approach at the
In
moment.
Florida,
Uh-huh.
and they're using a hand sanitizer as the dealer button.
Mm.
I like it. I'm a fan. Like even after COVID, let's continue to do this.
Yeah, so they actually opened, I said earlier on the stream, they opened May 11th. And with the current border situation, only Czech players could go. So if you were physically located in the Czech Republic.
But
Um,
now it says Germany, Austria, and Hungary.
yeah, so that was a surprise for everyone. The government actually changed from June 15th, opening the border, to opening to select countries on June 5th. So King's claim to fame is they are the largest poker room in Europe. The place is massive, and
Oh,
Leon does cater to the players.
that's why this is where I saw your World Series of Poker Europe
Yeah.
graphic. So it says that they're giving away a seat to the main event, but we don't have any dates on that. Like 2020 World Series of Poker Europe, right?
Correct. So that gives me some optimism. This was just announced in June, this series, and they decided to use the WSOP logo and give away the seat for 2020. They specifically say 2020, so
Yeah.
it gives me some kind of hope that the WSOP Europe will take place.
So then you posted Malta is having.
Yes.
What is this? Is this a heads up tournament?
Yes, so with the restrictions in Malta, this is Dragonara Casino, they decided to open their cash game tables and then to get around the restrictions to offer this heads up tournament. So as of this morning, I didn't see any winners announced, but it does seem to have been successful in a smaller Malta poker Facebook group, and there was a lot of excitement around this heads up tournament.
Yeah, it's
I
such
mean,
a good
just
idea. Like, it's such a good idea if you can't have big MTTs. We can start playing heads up in a casino. I like this idea. So, is that all our
yeah.
news for international places that are
Um,
opening up?
Yeah, that's the big news at the moment. There was a news release that casinos in England were opening June 4th, but
That
no news
surprises
on
me.
poker.
As you guys may have heard, Mike Postle's case got dismissed. He got dismissed out of the case. So basically, California, because California sees poker as gambling, they can't recover gambling losses. So they're saying that gambling losses are always going to be speculative, and there's no policies that cover that. So therefore, they can't be entitled to anything on that. But they may be able to get some money back from the rake, but at that time they hadn't submitted how much the rake was. But Veronica says it's tens of thousands of dollars. So they're allowed to refile, but
Mhm.
leaving Mike Postle out, and it'll just be against Stones, and it'll be for the rake.
Yeah. And to be honest, that's quite disappointing.
Because it's very hard to prove when you don't know exactly how he did it. Like, we understand,
Yeah.
and that wasn't even the reason that the case was dismissed, but saying that the case did go ahead, they would have to explain how he cheated, would they not?
Yes, correct. And Joey Ingram brought that up a lot of times on the stream. You know, who is going to prepare the evidence, and you need to understand math. You need to understand poker for even the evidence to make sense. Yeah. And of course, you know, in your court case, you can invite expert witness upon expert witness upon expert witness. But again, if your jurors don't understand that concept, I think it's going to be a hard sell
Yeah, for
on how
sure.
he cheated or hard proof. I mean, one additional note on the case, I know there's a separate case, right? Marley Cordero actually has an individual suit against him in the state of Nevada. Yeah, and that's the next question, right? So if the WSOP happens in fall, will we see Mike Postle now that the case was dismissed? Do you think he'll make an appearance and play? Because he is an innocent then.
And he still believes that he's the best poker player, right?
Yeah. So
I
he would
mean,
have a lot to
I
prove.
could never do it. I could never show my face, but yeah, but Chris Ferguson did. Like, who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah, that would be the other side. Like if he does come back and he starts winning at casinos across the United States, right? That's exactly what he was saying all along. He's one of the best players out there.
I can't believe you can say that with a straight face.
I don't know.
You won't, Mike Postle, you'll be like OJ and never get verified on Twitter. That'll be like the one thing they hold against you. You can't get verified. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Happy birthday once again.
Thank you.
Do this again next week at the same time at midnight. Hopefully you connected with our social medias in the meantime. If you have any questions or any topics that you guys want to discuss on next week's show, definitely send us a message.
Yeah, good night,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.